With the 15th pick, the New York Jets selecting Will McDonald IV. The Iowa State product projected by most as a day 2 talent, but his name gets called midway through the first. McDonald projects as a 3-4 fit for New York and joins an already stacked defensive unit. Back in studio with the guys, and I'm excited to hear the grade attached to this one because, like we said, day 2 type here, but Pete Prisco, I'm tripping over the names here because it's not a name we expected to hear. We expect to hear Pete Prisco all day long, but McDonald here, halfway through the first. What do you make of it?
Yeah, I had him in the first round. I thought he would go in the first round, but I think this is a bit high. And when you look at the Jets, they had other needs, but once the tackles went, I think they decided to move to the other side of the ball. The thing about McDonald is it's hard to evaluate him because he was playing a reduced position last year for Iowa State. I think he needs to be a wide guy, which he will be for the Jets. I think he'll be able to show his pass rush skills a little bit better. But having said all that, I still think this is a little high and really it's a strange fit for them. So I give it a C+.
It's not a draft until somebody reaches on some edge pressure, and that's what we have here with the Jets. You know, all is rainbows and gumdrops right now in East Rutherford with their new quarterback there. You've already got a defense with great pieces in place. You had some athleticism here, but is it too early?
That is the question, and Pete hit the highlights because Will McDonald had gotten some late first-round buzz, maybe early second round. To go this high is sort of interesting, B-Mac. 35-inch arms, played at about 241, and maybe even less than that. That's what he weighed into the combine, so he probably drank a couple gallons of water before he got there. But as Pete noted, he played a lot over the tackle, a lot 4-eye, so he's inside the tackle at times. His best position is 7 and 9 technique, which is out wide, allowing him to pin his ears back and go after the quarterback, and he wasn't able to do that at Iowa State. Now you have to project that to the next level in a defense that, as Pete noted, maybe isn't necessarily a good fit. It's curious, but look, they hit on Sauce Gardner. They have a good eye for evaluating talent. Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh. We'll see how this works.
When you look at a year ago what the Jets did in regards to adding edge rushers, Jermaine Johnson, Michael Clemens. When you factor in who they were as collegiate players, I think both guys were better than what we witnessed at Iowa State with Will McDonald. Now, this could be more of a project, but in regards to not having the ideal offensive tackle on the board, you wanted to go the opposite direction. I feel like the best thing to do would either trade back and get later in the draft to go get your guy, or if you're going to make this pick right now in regards to improving the edge rushing element to your team, Myles Murphy probably would have been a better name based on the consistency and seeing what he was able to do.
275, too.
275, he's a bigger guy, ran extremely well during his pro day at Clemson, and also he had hot tape. So we have to really see how this plays out for the New York Jets, but I do agree with both of you guys, Pete and Ryan. I feel like this was a reach, even though you needed to try to address the pass rushing position, but the guy seems to be more of a reach.
Reach or not, McDonald joining this Jets defense, and Robert Saleh, who the players that he does have his fingerprints on, man, he has developed some young talent both in San Francisco and last season with the New York Jets. You allude to Sauce Gardner. He joins the defense with Sauce on. It's going to be tough sledding there for those who come up against the Jets and try and get through that defense and slow down Aaron Rodgers-led offense. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Iowa State, a moment in the sun here in the form of Will McDonald.